Welcome to the graveyard of automotive ambition, where we exhume the rusted hulks of the 1970s. Today, we delve into the decade that taste forgot, to unearth cars so poorly conceived, they make a Reliant Robin look like a Ferrari Daytona. These weren't just cars. They were automotive atrocities, slow, ugly, and handled like shopping carts full of spanners. So buckle up, Petrolheads, as we take a ride through the automotive wreckage of the 1970s. Our first convict is the AMC Hornet. This car was about as appealing as a wasp in your picnic basket, plagued by more mechanical gremlins than a convention. The styling? Designed by colorblind accountants with a penchant for beige. The automotive equivalent of lukewarm porridge, bland and forgettable. Next up, we have the Ford Maverick, a car so dull it could suck the chrome off a hubcap. Ford tried to sell this as a compact car, but the only thing compact was the engine. The Maverick was the kind of car your dad bought when he'd given up. Honestly, I'd rather drive a lawnmower. At least I could mow the lawn on the way to work. Now, the Ford Torino. It started as a promising star, but then it all went wrong. The Torino became bloated, overweight, and as aerodynamic as a brick. For excitement, you were better off staying home and watching paint dry. The Volkswagen 412. Volkswagen's attempt to crack the American luxury market. It was ugly, unreliable, and handled like a bathtub on casters. And if you thought the Volkswagen was bad, wait till you get a load of the Pontiac Astre. GM tried to cash in on the Chevrolet Vega's success. The Astre was like a bad hangover. It made you feel sick and regret your choices. It made you want to hide until it all went away. Next up, we have the Oldsmobile Omega, a car so bland it makes a beige Toyota Corolla look like a Lamborghini Countach. This was badge engineering at its laziest. Take a Chevrolet Nova, slap an Oldsmobile badge on it, and voila. A car so forgettable, it's a wonder anyone remembers it existed. The Ford Granada, Ford's attempt at luxury. About as luxurious as a wet cardboard box. A car that made you question your life choices. And now, for something different, we have the Datsun 200SX. They called it a sports coupe. The 200SX was slow, ugly, and handled poorly. It made you want to apologize to your passengers. The Mercury Bobcat. Proof you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. Just a Ford Pinto in a cheap suit. Slow, ugly, and handled like a shopping cart with a wobbly wheel. And finally, we come to the Ford Fairmont, the car that proved that even in the darkest depths of automotive despair, there was always room for one more disappointment. The Fairmont was the automotive equivalent of a wet weekend in Swindon, utterly dreary and forgettable. It was the kind of car that made you want to give up on life and move to a remote island. Well, there you have it. 10 of the most hated cars of the 1970s. A veritable smorgasbord of automotive awfulness. But on the bright side, at least they don't make them like this anymore. Join us next time when we delve into the automotive abyss of the 1980s. Until then, drive safe. And if you see any of these monstrosities on the road, run.